Internationally renowned for its beauty, Milford Sound is one of New Zealand's most popular tourist destinations. The spectacular fjord, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, draws more than 1 million visitors every year. Most travellers make the journey to the settlement of Milford via the 119-kilometre State Highway 94. This 2.5-hour alpine road trip is one of New Zealand's most spectacular, with the highway climbing to 940 metres at its highest. Milford is also the hub of the South Island's commercial fishing industry. Maintaining access to Milford is therefore economically vital, especially during the peak winter fishing season. The route was officially opened in 1953, and for 2 decades management of the Avalanche hazard involved closing the road between May and November. But as the value of tourism and fishing grew, so too did the demand to keep the road open year-round. World-renowned expert on avalanches Ed Chappell reported in 1979 on the Milford Road.
The terrain is especially dangerous because of avalanches originating in the high cirques, areas of snow collection, and hanging valleys plunge over steep cliffs in essentially a free fall to the road, and often are marked by extensive wind blast, as well as direct snow impact. The high rainfall that exceeds 7,000 millimetres per year ensures avalanches are frequent. The avalanche situation here is as dangerous as any mountain highway in the world.
From the late 70s, Ministry of Works crews worked to keep the route clear of snowfall, with just one person keeping watch for further avalanche activity. The road was then left open until avalanches, which generally occurred at night, blocked the route. These were only cleared when it was deemed safe to do so. The avalanche sites were first mapped in 1980 by 2 university professors. The Avalanche program advanced this crude approach. A more formal mapping system pinpointing the route's most avalanche-prone spots was again further developed with active recording. In 1983, the first of 7 high-level weather stations were set in place to monitor weather and conditions at avalanche start points. These improvements weren't enough to prevent the death of respected Ministry of Works Road Supervisor Robert Andrew, who was caught by an avalanche while clearing the road. His assistant and close friend Wayne Carron was there that day. Wayne's determination that this should never happen again was picked up by Transit's predecessor, the Ministry of Works and Development, and by the Milford team. An avalanche control program was formed, and this established what is now Transit's Avalanche program. The development into a system of telemetry has now earned an excellent international reputation. Transit's objective for State Highway 94 is to provide a level of service consistent with the number of vehicles using this nationally significant route, keeping it open as much as possible, but only when it is safe. Currently, Transit engages Downer EDI Works with Wayne Carron as Avalanche Manager to operate its Avalanche program. Highly developed alpine weather stations and snow condition monitoring and reporting, provided with the assistance of the Meteorological Service and their forecasting system, are central to the program. 7 weather stations transmit real-time data on weather and snow conditions every hour, every day, back to the program's base in Te Aonau. Even minute changes in data can indicate a rising risk of avalanche. Avalanche forecasting is not an exact science. Even with 20 years of data, the Milford program still relies on experience and telemetry data analysis. The key is to link knowledge through weather forecasting, telemetry and experience. Weather forecasting is important because Milford avalanches are direct action. That is, they respond to the weather. The Avalanche team regularly checks out start zones of 45 active avalanche paths that could affect the road. Some of these are up to 50 hectares and can generate 600,000 cubic metres of snow in a single avalanche. The team has developed world-first tools and practices to increase the accuracy of its risk assessment. These include using lysometers to measure how quickly a volume of water filters through the snowpack, extensometers that measure downslope creep and tensions of snowpacks, roving snow poles that transmit temperature of the snowpack telemetrically, meteorological equipment that improves the function of weather stations, and weighing equipment that measures and reports the weight of the snow. Two types of avalanche controls can be used, active or passive. Which one is to be used is decided by evaluation of the transmitted data and weather forecasts combined with field assessment. Controlled release involves dropping 25 kilograms of explosives to cause an avalanche. The road is closed before active control begins. The aircrew then scopes the area to ensure it's clear of vehicles or people before dropping the explosives onto the snowfields. Precise handling techniques and a clear code of communication between bomber, observer and pilot have ensured no accidents since the program began. After the avalanche has fallen, fracture lines are measured to determine a fracture profile used to improve understanding of the avalanche. Once the avalanche settles, the road crew clears the debris before reopening the road. The work is heavily dependent on helicopters flown by experienced crews good at working in marginal weather conditions. New Zealand's program is one of only 2 programs in the world to use helicopters in this way. The Milford program uses the largest explosive payload in the world. September through October is the busiest time of the year for the Avalanche Active Control Team. This is when warm, wet and windy weather creates ideal avalanche conditions. Passive control combines controlling access to the route with an awareness program informing travellers of the conditions ahead. Road improvements implemented over the years underpin this passive control program. The western side of the Homer Tunnel has been widened, corners realigned, steep grades made more constant and turning bays added. The active and passive control programs ensure travellers a safe and enjoyable journey. But Mother Nature can still sometimes have the last word. The Fiordland Avalanche Rescue Control Team helps travellers caught by sudden weather changes. Regular emergency drills ensure the teams of police, ambulance, road crews, volunteer organisations and helicopter companies are always ready. The Milford Road presents a unique challenge in road maintenance and operation. Nowhere else in the world do program managers deal with such an extreme avalanche environment. The development of the program over the past few years has reduced highway closures by more than half, to about 8 days a year. At $200,000 to $600,000 per day, depending on the time of year, this represents significant benefits to the tourist industry and to the New Zealand economy. Paul Fone from the Swiss Federal Bureau for Snow and Avalanche Research visited the program in 1990. Fone was impressed by the combined use of weather forecasting data and local knowledge to predict and manage the risk in such a uniquely extreme environment. This uniqueness means there have been no off-the-shelf solutions. The program's many innovations have placed New Zealand at the forefront of avalanche control technology and practice. These innovations have extended well beyond road maintenance, such as innovations in automated weather station design and data transfer, and advancements in real-time data monitoring graphics. Transit's program is a continuous example in reducing to a minimum the risk to travellers seeking the spectacular scenery of State Highway 94 in Milford Sound. In the 25 years of the program, there have been no injury-causing accidents. What was born out of a tragedy is today a legacy of safety fulfilled.